Hey, this is Bohan and Babbles, and I'm recording my June wrap-up. I read a total of 6 books, and I thought they were pretty good. I enjoyed most of them, so let's get into the review. The first book I read in June was Vicious, and I gave it 4.5 stars. It's so good. I love Victor. It's about 2 college roommates who accidentally discover how to make extraordinary people, and then it kind of pits the 2 of them together, and Victor 15 years later breaks out of prison to even the score a little bit with Eli. Next I read At Bertrams Hotel by Agatha Christie, and I gave that a 3, as I do most of Christie's books. They're really good, but there's nothing like substantial about most of them, so a lot of them are 3s. And this one is about a hotel that seemingly just keeps its like charm. It doesn't advance, there's no like new technology or anything, and a lot of the guests are like very familiar, but weird things start happening. So it's just like any good old Agatha Christie book. The next one I read is the final book in a series. It's called Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it's about a group of kids who are called the Naturals, and they kind of help the FBI with cases that they can't really figure out. And this is just the final book. I can't really say too much because it would spoil a lot of what happens in the earlier books, but it kind of wraps everything up pretty nicely, and a lot of things happen that I didn't expect were going to, so it was pretty interesting. I gave that 4 stars. And then I'll insert a picture of it right here, but I read to page 220 in Baddie Unicorn, and that was awful. Like I know it was a middle grade, so I really can't judge it too much, but it was awful. I couldn't read it, I couldn't stand it. I don't know, there were a lot of things wrong with it. Next, I very quickly read Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie, and I gave that 3 stars as well. And I just read another Agatha Christie, so I think I'm getting them a little jumbled in my head, but that one, somebody kind of very passively says like, oh, well, if he died, I don't think the world would miss him. And then the next day he shows up dead. So, but it's all about a vicar who's like trying to put the pieces together, and he calls on, or no, which one is this? Oh yeah, okay, this one's the one where somebody absently says, oh, well, if they killed him, or if somebody killed him, I don't think we'd miss him. And then Miss Marple slowly finds out that like the entire village has a motive to kill him, so she has to try and figure out who did it. And I gave that one 3 stars if I didn't already say it. And then the last book I read was in ARC form or advanced reader copy form, but I do have a final copy of it now, and it's The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and I loved this book. Loved this book. I gave it 4 stars, which I think I might revise and give it a 5, because I absolutely loved that book. The Last Time I Lied is about Emma Davis, and she went to summer camp one summer, and the last thing that she saw of the 3 people that she was sharing a cabin with was one of them doing this at her as they all left. So they went missing, and the camp was closed, and now Emma paints them into all of her the 3 girls into all of her paintings, but she hides them because she thinks that there was foul play. And 15 years later, she's invited to come back to the camp, and she kind of takes it as an opportunity to figure out what happened to the other 3 girls that were in her cabin. So I really enjoyed it. I'm so glad that Dutton Books gave me the opportunity to read it advanced, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's my June wrap up. I really enjoyed all the books that I read this month, and let's see if I can hold them all at the same time. But yeah, I really enjoyed all of these. I had a blast reading them. The only one I didn't like was Baddie Unicorn, and honestly I kind of figured I wasn't gonna like it anyway, so I'm not horribly surprised. But yeah, I think I read a good little stack, and tell me what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.